WizKid and Tiwa Savage. The truth they don't want you to know, Celeb Clope. Okay, so let's talk about something that has had the entire Nigerian entertainment industry in a chokehold for years. Two names. Two legends. One story that nobody has ever fully cracked open, until today. Welcome back to Celeb Clope, where we don't whisper, we speak. And today, we're speaking on WizKid and Tiwa Savage. Because let's be real, if you grew up watching Afrobeats rise to global domination, these two names were always in the same sentence. Always in the same room. Always creating something that made you stop, rewind, and ask yourself, wait, is this just music? Or is this something deeper? The streets have been talking since 2017. The year Fever dropped and the whole of Africa collectively lost its mind. That music video, that performance chemistry, that energy, you don't manufacture that in a studio. You don't direct that into existence. That kind of electricity between two people either is, or it isn't. And honey, whatever it was, the whole continent felt it. But here's where it gets interesting. Here's where Celeb Clope zooms in and asks the questions the mainstream blogs are too polite to ask. Because for every fire there has to be a source, and the source of this particular fire has been burning long before Fever ever hit the airwaves. Let's rewind. WizKid and Tiwa Savage's professional relationship goes back to collaborations like Bad and Malo, songs that weren't just hits, they were moments. Cultural moments. The kind of moments that plant seeds in people's imaginations. Nigeria was watching. Africa was watching. The world was watching. And everyone drew the same conclusion. These two are not just colleagues. The speculation grew louder. Social media did what social media does best. It ran with it, added fuel, added fiction, added everything in between. Fan accounts started tracking their appearances together. Entertainment blogs started dissecting their body language at award shows. The rumor mill was not just turning, it was spinning at full speed. And then Tiwa Savage spoke. In a now widely circulated interview, she sat down, looked into the camera, and said words that should have buried the narrative for good. She said, and I'm quoting this directly because the clarity of it deserves to be heard, it's not WizKid. I love WizKid, shout out to WizKid, but we weren't in a relationship. She said it with grace. She said it with finality. She gave WizKid his flowers, acknowledged the love and respect between them, and drew a clean line. This woman is not confused about her life. She knew what she was addressing, and she addressed it with a kind of composure only someone who has been misrepresented for too long finally reaches. But here's the thing about Nigerian entertainment, and this is where your Celeb Clope family keeps it all the way real with you. A denial in this industry doesn't always close the conversation. Sometimes it opens a new one. Because the audience doesn't just consume facts, they consume narratives. And the narrative around WizKid and Tiwa Savage had already taken on a life of its own. People started asking, why does she need to clarify this? Why now? Why so specifically? And those are not necessarily fair questions, but they are very human questions. When you are a woman of Tiwa Savage's caliber, Grammy-nominated, MOBO award-winning, a woman who has carried the flag of African music on international stages without flinching, having to repeatedly address rumors about your personal life is not just exhausting, it's deeply unfair. Because what gets lost in all of this is the actual story. The real story. Two of the most talented artists this continent has ever produced, building something extraordinary together through music, through collaboration, through genuine artistic respect. Their chemistry is not manufactured, but it is professional. It is creative. It is the kind of thing that happens when two people are both operating at the absolute peak of their gifts and they recognize that in each other. Fever was not proof of a romance. Fever was proof of what happens when great artistry collides. When two people understand the assignment so deeply that everything they create together becomes undeniable. That's not love in the romantic sense. That's something arguably rarer. That's artistic alignment. That's the kind of synergy that produces music that outlives the moment it was created in. And Tiwa Savage, queen that she is, has been consistent. Through the speculation, through the blogs, through the comment sections filled with theories and assumptions, she has maintained her narrative with dignity. She loves WizKid. They are close. They are collaborators. They are family in the way that the Nigerian entertainment industry builds family, through shared stages, shared microphones, shared struggles for global recognition. That is the truth. And it is a truth that is honestly more powerful than any rumor could ever be. So the next time you see a headline trying to sell you a love story between these two, remember, the real story is already extraordinary enough. Two African artists who helped take Afrobeats from the streets of Lagos to the stages of the world. That legacy doesn't need a romance to make it compelling. It already is compelling. That's what Celeb Clope is here for, to cut through the noise and give you the full picture. Not the half-truths, not the clickbait. The real story, with all its depth, all its nuance, all its African excellence on full display. If this conversation had you locked in, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button right now and join the Celeb Clope family, because we have so much more coming that you cannot afford to miss. Stay close. We're just getting started.